Alright, I'm back. Day 8. Today was a pretty good day. Got no complaints today. This morning I met up with Ben for breakfast. He was formerly the head pastor of Barefoot Church, but since he became the chaplain of the Alice Springs Correctional Centre, he's handed over the head pastor's role to his wife Rebecca, because at first it was only supposed to be a couple of days a week, but the jail pushed for full time and the government approved it. There's Ruby today. A bit hot, she's having a drink down the riverbed. And so he needed to hand over some of his duties that he had. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'll refer to my journal that I've written during the day so I can remember everything that's happened. Ben's very passionate about Jesus and about making a difference in people's lives at the facility and everywhere else. That makes him my type of bloke. Anyone who wants to truly make a difference in people's lives, they're my type of person. So I really enjoyed spending a couple of hours with him, chatting. And I'm extremely grateful to Ben for taking the time out of his schedule to meet up for brekkie with a blow-in who just rings up and accosts him to catch up and have a chat and make a connection. And that's why you know people's hearts are in the right places when they don't even balk at it. They just go, yep. And you know that they love Jesus and they're prepared to do whatever it takes. You know, and that's pretty special. Ben also, he had no hesitation sending through the forms so I could apply to volunteer to help him out at the facility. You know, which is, when you're meeting someone for the first time, you know, and you're willing to do that, that speaks volumes as well. You know, so that's winning right there in my eyes. We also organised Bible study for during the week, next week, because they're not a bit late in the week this week. I missed it, and I'm going to go to the service at the shopping centre on Sunday. He runs it from the shopping centre. He originally went and inquired about leasing a shop there because they were doing it in the open air in a tent, and the tent got blown to pieces, so he needed somewhere to do it. So he went and saw the centre manager, and the manager said, righto. He said, follow me, I'll show you where you're going to do it. And he took him to the middle of the shopping centre, which is on display to everybody, and he said, you're going to do it from here every week. Which, that's a bit of a blowout, you know, that doesn't happen very often. And then the manager told him if there's any complaints, he'd deal with it. And like the whole time they've been doing it, they've only had one complaint, and the manager reckons that's a serial complainer. And he just told her that your complaint's been noted, thanks for that, see you later. And he hasn't had another complaint since. So you can see what God can make happen, you know. Alright. So I've made more contacts on this trip, you know, and like, I probably didn't expect things to happen this fast. Probably thought it'd take longer. So when you're ringing people up and you're sounding a bit crazy, you sort of don't expect them to respond and be willing to meet up with you straight away. But it just shows that if God puts something on their heart, what can happen. Tonight's going to be spent on another one of Glenn's challenges, which I'm really hoping isn't convicting and as confronting as the last one, Glenn. But the growth that came from that last one and the growth that will continue to come from it from the next few years, I reckon it made it all worthwhile. And then today, to sort of make things even better, I haven't come here with a lot of coin. Come here sort of on a wing and a prayer, as they say. And on the way here, when I was trying to book a caravan park, they were all full. The only one that had sites was the biggest, best one in town. And the sites cannot be cheap, you know. Like, to put it in perspective, late last year when I was travelling up to Queensland, staying at places like Jerilderie and that sort of thing, they wanted $55-$60 a night for a powered site. They already had me on a bit of a deal where they're charging me only $47 a night. When I went and saw them and said I didn't have a lot of coin, told them what I was doing. Like, when you're spitting out what you're doing, you think they're going to think this bloke's batshit crazy, you know. But like, they didn't even flinch, you know. Like, they've dropped their rate to $34 a day for me, you know, which that's massive, you know. If you to book a couple of weeks, they've saved me a couple $100 straight up. So there's me food, you know. Like, just, mate, it's crazy what God can make happen, you know, especially when you tell people and you think you're going to come across sounding crazy, but he just bridges that gap and makes stuff happen for you, you know. So I'm extremely grateful, you know, and like, just goes to show, like, a bit of trust and faith can move mountains, you know. Like, so I can't complain on what's happened today. Also another thing God made happen is, I'll give you a look at this, is Ruby is now fully registered with the Service Dogs Australia. Alright, so as you can see, it says she's got full access to everywhere. She is supposedly a fully trained service dog. And like, don't ask me how I made that happen, because once again, obviously that's not me. That's what God can make happen, because I wanted to be able to take her into hospitals and into the prison facility to visit the inmates and stuff like that. And so once again, you just fronting people, asking for stuff, and they're not even blinking, they're doing it, you know. Like, so far it's been 8 days and I've made a heap of contacts. Stuff's moving in the right direction. I'm booked in for a couple of more weeks with far cheaper accommodation than what I expected, which means it's far more affordable. I'm going to have more money for food, important thing for me, and for Ruby. So everything's going well at this stage, you know, and it just goes to show you God is good. He's good all the time. And it's certainly given me a boost today with everything that's gone right and with everything that's happening. So that's day 8. We're back down the Todd River. So far today, it's a cooker here. It's a cooker. I've had to have Ruby laying on the floor in the camper van with the air conditioning going and wrap a wet towel on her. It was that hot at one stage. Like, once it hits 47, 48, it's not pleasant for the dogs. I did get her into town, especially because I got the service dog thing. I went in, printed the stuff up at the library. It was good to be able to take her into the air conditioning there and that sort of thing, instead of trying to tie her up outside with some water, or put her in the car with the windows down in the shade with a bowl of water. So lots of positives today, people. Can't complain. God bless you all. We'll talk tomorrow.